All right, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites coming in week in and week out, prophesied the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as America, aka Babylon the Great, aka Sodom, aka the Roman Empire. We come in first and foremost. We want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that's taught us this truth through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and peace and safety to you Akim that's out there pushing in sincerity and truth. We want to start it off, man, just going into what we're out here doing, man. We speaking and we're setting a standard in society, man. We're coming out here letting the people know that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ, is on the way. Go ahead and bring the scripture, brother.
Joel chapter 2. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
That's what we out here doing. We blowing the trumpet. We letting the people know, sounding an alarm. You know, when the back in the ancient times when the trumpet was sounded, the people know it was time for something. And for the most part, it was time for something that was probably something that was heinous or something tragic. You know, a war or something. You know, we know that it's war coming. You know, so the scripture says, "How ye blow the trumpet in Zion?" We reaching out to these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is the 12 tribes of the house of Israel, starting with the Negroes on down to the Mexicans, Judah to Issachar. We're letting our people know that it's time to wake out of sleep, and it's time to come back to your laws, statutes, and commandments, and to repent, because the time of repentance is closing.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
God, it says the day of the Lord cometh, it is nigh at hand. You know, we know right now that the mark of the beast is here. It's a company, I think it's in where's that company with the mark of the beast?
It's in Wisconsin.
That issued an order to its employees to take the chip so that they can have access to the company's infrastructure, so to speak.
Well, it's not technically an order yet. You know, just a few of them that volunteered. I believe it's about 24 or so, and they actually just implemented it a few days ago. You know, just
Oh, so like,
no, it's all good, brother.
I thought they was already.
But it's coming. That order's coming soon, though. So you know, you in the spirit, brother.
Right, that's right. And two, I was watching the news today, and they was talking how, they continually pushing how Obamacare is failing. Obamacare is failing. You know, of course, we don't care about Obamacare, but ultimately, they don't have any true backing to say that it's failing, besides to just say it's failing. But ultimately, that's going to prove, that's going to push their agenda of people needing and wanting health care. You know, because they're going to make some type of event or crisis happen to where people are going to be in need of health care on a massive scale.
That's right.
And the only thing to soothe that wound is to take the microchip. You know, just like with not only with healthcare, but with the WIC, Social Security, all the system is going to crash to where they're going to say, well, we don't have the records in our computers, or we're not able to allow people to manually have and use their Social Security and benefits, but we'll be able to put it in the microchip so that you can have access to your health records. You'll have access to your money. I'm pretty sure they're going to put food stamps on the microchip. That's an easy way to get Jake. And ultimately it's for Jake, man. They don't care about the rest of the world getting the microchip. They want the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to get the microchip so that they can have control over the Lord's people.
That's right, Doc.
Their biggest fear is Jake waking up. That's one of Esau's greatest fear, if not his greatest fear.
And Great Millstone being out here, and we understand the truth of the scriptures, and we have, and understand the confusion of faces. Esau know now that, man, this is bigger than what we thought. We thought it was just the black Israelites, you know. Now they said that, you know, people that look like Asian or so-called white are coming out and prophesying too. So now they're like, damn, everybody needs to get the shit. It ain't just Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans. It's people that look like other nations too, that are in agreement with the word that's coming out, you know? And Lord willing, we're gonna see an influx of the confusion of faith coming out in the near future.
That's right, Akia.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day, verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
It's a day of darkness and gloominess, man. When you think of a dark day and a gloomy day, ultimately you think of a day where, man, you know, nobody really feeling the day, man. It's just like, but on the higher scale, it's going to be way more than just a gloomy and dark day. It's going to be a scary day. It's going to be because the scripture right before that said, let the inhabitants tremble. It's going to be a day where people are going to be afraid. They're going to be looking here and there for comfort, and they can't find it. It's going to be darkness and not light.
That's right,
you know,
brother.
so the scripture's saying.
I can make a point. That's also twofold. Not only is it figuratively speaking darkness and gloominess, but the sky and thick darkness, that's also talking about chariots, so to speak. You know, like it says in Zechariah.
Absolutely.
You know, and when them chariots come, that's going to be terrifying. That's going to be, you know, that's beyond what you see in the movies. Right? Can you imagine a giant chariot in the sky? Man?
That's right, Doc.
I've had dreams that I woke up scared.
Even before the chariots come, man, it's going to be a dark vibration on the people, man, and a gloomy vibration on the people. It's going to be spirits rising up. It's going to be sedition amongst men, man. It's going to be a terrible time, you know, where law is going to be non-existent. You ain't going to be able to call 911. You're not going to be able to call paramedics. You're not going to be able to call. You ain't gonna be able to call Tyrone, you know.
That's right.
A lot of these women, a lot of these harlots out here calling themselves women, they're gonna be in a very, very low state, because the so-called Negro woman, which we call the nigger woman, is out here with her head held way up high, too high. You know, she set above all these men, man. Even hell, she right up there with the so-called white man, and I think he put her above him, you know. But anyway, brother, we'll go on that.
Verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There has not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
It's just pretty much letting us know that it's not going to be a day like this day that's coming has never been before. You know, it doesn't even it surpasses the flood. It surpasses Sodom and Gomorrah. It surpasses the destruction, the plagues and pestilence of Egypt. You know, it's a day of fierce anger and wrath that's coming on the world.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Can you start that from the top one more time?
Come. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Brother, when the archangel Michael, when he returns, that's going to be, well, ultimately, I'm pretty sure that spiritual Michael's going to return, and the people are going to stand up. And I believe it's like the spirit of Michael is going to be the people. But anyway, Salaki. But continue reading. Salaki.
Yeah, just mainly, ultimately, you know, the angels are putting the spirits together, gearing up for war. You know what I mean? But Michael is going to come back with all the rest of the angels. But before that day comes, there's going to be a stirring up, like we're talking about right now. Pretty much a new and improved siege of Jerusalem from 70 AD. But except for the difference is, like the brother just read, if he wants to read it again, the time that's coming, like you had said, it's going to be far worse than ever before. You know, back then they were eating their children, and it's going to happen all over again. You know? It's cool, brother. You got it.
Start over at the top. It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
It's going to be a time of trouble since there never was, since there was a nation. You know, people are going to be losing their mind, man. It's going to be darkness in the world. It's going to be chaos. You know, no money, no food, no water. People are going to be scavenging. You know, it's going to be a really, really dark time in this world. You know, that has never been before. I can't imagine it being worse than, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah, or worse than Noah. You know, when the flood came, when the door closed on the ark, and the people was losing their mind, man. That had to have been a really terrifying moment for those people. You know, and now, you know, when the archangel stands up, when Michael stands up, pretty much the door is gonna be closed, man. The prophesying is gonna cease. We ain't gonna have to prophesy anymore. We're gonna be ready for salvation. We're gonna be turned to hunters in that day, man. Lord willing. Go ahead.
That's right, Doc.
Even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
The people that's gonna be delivered, which is the 1/3, starting with the 144,000, and then the 1/3 of our nation, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. It's gonna be delivered. Read that
That's
part
right.
Even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Come, brother. These people right here, the 1/3 and the 144, the men of the Lord, are gonna be delivered, that are written in the book. We're gonna be delivered by way of so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Most High. You know, we're gonna be delivered before then.
That's
we're
right.
Being delivered right now. You know, before then we're gonna be delivered from the pestilence, because when the chariots come, it's hey man, we already know what time it is. The 1/3 are gonna know what time it is. We're not gonna be unaware. We're not gonna be unawareingly spared at that moment. We're gonna already know. We're gonna already know what our salvation is gonna look like. We're gonna already be in transition, because seeing the people fall amongst us, seeing the wicked die amongst us, we're gonna know that we're saved. I drunk the same polluted water as this man. He died, and I'm okay. I was in crossfire with my brother, with my blood brother. You know, my blood brother got shot and killed. I didn't get shot, and I know bullets was supposed to hit me, but I made it. The men of the Lord, which we're not gonna be hanging out with 2/3, but you never know what situation the Lord might have us in at that time to show His power. You know.
And even when the heathen see the men of the Lord get delivered, they're gonna know what time it is too. Just like when the flood came, once that rain started coming down, everybody was ready to repent. Everybody wanted on that boat. No,
That's right, brother.
But when Noah was trying to tell them to get right, no, they wanted to be out partying, they wanted to be out drinking, having orgies, whatever else.
That's
right, brother.
But the men of the Lord are going to stand firm on the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. We're going to believe. We're going to know that our salvation is coming. Because when all hell done broke loose, the concentration camps are going to be here. The mark of the beast is going to be here. Pestilence and famine is going to be here. Sedition amongst men is going to be here. The race wars that's coming to America is going to be here.
That's
We're
right.
going to already know what time it is, man. We hasten the day. We hasten it the day. We are anticipating what's going to happen. So we are already in the spirit. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait till the prophecies start pouring down so that I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Man, we don't give a damn about making money in this world, man. Ultimately, we know we got to have money to live.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
But we don't care about nothing, man. We don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. Excuse my language, man.
That's right, brother.
Because none of this stuff is worth having, man.
That's right.
The only thing that's worth having right now is the understanding and the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, which is in the scriptures, which is given to the men of the Lord, his chosen, and which we are pouring out the water right now to people, you know, ultimately condemning them or sparing them, you know, which is only going to be a select few that's going to be spared. Go ahead, brother. That's fine.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. How do you find the Lord right now in these times, man? How do you find the true power of the universe that created this whole thing? How do you find his son? Which everybody knows the Heavenly Father had a son, you know? How do you find it? While it may be found, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Well, ultimately, the prophets of the Lord are professing the name of Yahweh Shai and professing the truth out in this universe that's corrupt, which the truth is so far away from reality right now. But go ahead, brother.
I want to say something. Hey, man, all that damn game playing gonna stop real soon, man. You ain't about to be back there dancing very soon when martial law hit the streets, man.
That's right.
And they put the RFID microchip in y'all, and y'all ain't gonna have no food or no water.
That's right.
When there's stormtroopers running all up and down these damn streets, and they got a black boot in your neck, man. All that fucking game playing gonna stop, man.
That's right.
Ain't nobody playing no goddamn games out here, man.
That's right.
Okay? Everybody out here that think that we out here because we got dresses on, okay? These little garments, we men of the Lord, Lord willing, man. So all y'all that want to start playing these little punk ass games, okay? Y'all gonna be put to death, man.
That's right.
Hey, man, the wicked flee from the righteous, man. Look,
That's right.
all this damn game playing is gonna stop. Okay? Everybody walking up and down these streets with no kind of care in the world. When all hell start breaking loose, y'all gonna be looking for us, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Somebody pull up Amos 8 and 11 whenever they get a chance.
Say this. And it's funny enough, 2 Jake was with him. Like we in those times we be playing. Your little punk ass get shot in the streets now. Now these people on the sign got to march. Man, they ain't even marching no more, man. Y'all just get shot in the street and don't nobody give a shit. Didn't nobody give a shit when they was marching.
That's right, brother.
Hell, y'all was blocking traffic. You were being a very much so an inconvenience, man. So you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans keep playing, man.
That's right, brother.
Ain't nobody mentioned nothing else about what North Dakota. Hell, half these shootings, bro, I be forgetting about. There's so many Negroes getting shot in the street, man.
I think that was Friday. Donald Trump made a remark saying that the police they're too easy during arrests.
Yeah.
They're too easy on people when they're arresting them.
That's right.
Donald Trump said that he said when you guys are arresting these criminals and you're putting the hand on the top of their head so that they can't bump their head getting in the police car, I think you need to remove your hand. You're too easy. You're too easy.
That's right.
You know, these guys are getting off too easy. These murderers are getting off too easy.
You know, Esau take that as he was just gonna knock his head into it.
Come, brother.
They say, oh, he just bumped his head.
Come, brother. And the irony of it all, man, it was a group of policemen standing behind Donald Trump when he was making that address, and they were grinning. They were happy. They were like, man, hey, he's giving us a green light to kill niggas, man, and Latinos and Native Americans.
Yep. And that was words from the commander-in-chief.
Come, brother. hey, man, hey, the Wadi, how about shitting out shot for that, man? I thank the Lord that he gave them the okay. I thank Yahweh by Shem Al Shai that Donald Trump gave the okay to kill and to be more harmful to these 2/3 reckless, ruthless ass niggas, man.
That's right.
Latinos and Native Americans, y'all niggas too, man. I'm talking about all y'all, man. Our people need death, man. It ain't no way around it, man. Collectively, our people need death. There is a remnant that's gonna be saved from death, you know. And we pray for the remnant, you know. We hope and pray that you know Yahweh Shem Shah is comforting them in this time, man. But the 2/3 of our people, man, we don't give a damn, man. We know they gotta go. It ain't no saving 2/3, man. You run into somebody that can't get it, you know. It's just a done deal, man.
Like you said, they need death. Death is good for you.
Come.
It's what you need, man.
That's right.
That's prophecy, man. It has to happen for the kingdom to come, man.
That's right, bro. That's right.
These niggas gotta die for us to receive our kingdom, Lord willing, for them to come back and be righteous.
That's right, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Call ye upon him while he is near, man. Call upon Yahweh Shem Shah while he's near. The men of the Lord are out in the forefronts now, man. Back in the 70s and back in the 50s and 60s and 40s, man, Yahweh Shem Shah wasn't uttered like it's uttered right now, man. I'm not saying that the name of the Lord wasn't in the world, but I'm saying that on a massive scale, the Lord has given us the privilege to pronounce his name and to make his name known in society, man. And to preach the gospel on the four corners of the earth in spirit and in truth, man. You know, Yahweh Shem Shah is an awesome power, man. And the scripture saying to seek the Lord while he may be found, while he is near, you know. So ultimately it will behoove these people to listen and to get some understanding of things, man.
Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
It said, let the wicked forsake his ways. The wicked is not gonna take heed, man. The wicked of our nation, they're not gonna take heed, man. So let them forsake his way, man. You know, the unrighteous his thoughts, man.
Let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him.
God, let him return unto Yahweh. How is the wicked and the unrighteous going to return to Yahweh, man? Through death, through destruction. That's how. Because when the man is put to death, the spirit returns back to the Father, man. He completed his mission, man. And a lot of these people out here, their mission, their goal, everybody looking for their purpose in life. Your dumbass don't even know your purpose in life is to be put to death, man. That's your purpose. That's your ultimate goal of society, is for you to die utterly.
Yeah, I got a precept going back to when the brother was going in about the game plan. You know, why all you mockers and you scoffers and scorners and game players, you know, all you people walking nonchalantly up and down the streets not paying attention to the men of the Lord. You know, y'all, there's a day coming, as we read in Daniel the 12th chapter, that you ain't never seen before.
That's right, brother.
You know, unlike you've ever seen it, you're going to be looking for the men of the Lord, and they're not going to be here for you. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, not a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Time, brother, it said he's going to send a famine in the land. A famine of hearing the word. Who has the Lord appointed to push the word? The men of the Lord. Starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, man. Right. We're out here pushing the truth. We're pushing pure goodness on the earth, you know? Even though this world is so defiled, the only good in this world is the word. The only good in this world is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The spirit of prophecy. You know? And the scripture, I'll read that one more time.
Preach, brother. Preach on.
Amos the 8th chapter, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Kind, brother. And when you think of a famine is going to be something that is needed in society. A famine is going to be something it's going to be of something that's needed that's not here. People are going to be desiring to hear the word because it's a famine. People don't care about it now, but at that time, it's going to be top commodity. It's going to be what everybody wants. They really not even going to want water, food, or shelter. They're going to want to know what's going on. That's going to be what people are going to want in that day. Right. And it's going to be a famine.
Right now, the Most High is giving you His word freely. But, no charge. Through the mouth of His prophets, He's just giving it to you. Just laying it out on the table for you to have, man. You don't want to walk around and dance. I didn't see it, but just scoffing. And then, like he just read, sooner or later, Most High willing sooner, he's gonna bring a famine up.
That's right. If I can say this, that term, that food for thought, bro. That's gonna, bro. When you ain't got when this food for thought ain't out there. Because on the left-hand side, when they feel their belly that's food for thought. But it's being wicked and when having greed on the left-hand side. But on the right-hand side, which we want food for thought, we getting all we can do, man. We eating the whole roll.
That's right, brother.
Y'all sitting, like the brother said, man, spotted that quick through the spirit of Ba'ashem Yahweh. Y'all here playing games. You little two Jakes, man. And it's always some damn Moabite. What after the U.S. did to y'all country, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas and these heathens, man. But 2/3 of our people ain't got it, man.
Yeah, right. They heathens too.
Yeah, because our people follow the way of the heathen, man. I'm glad through the spirit of Ba'ashem Yahweh, the brother, quote unquote, spoiled these young men's fun.
That's right.
Talking about, I just want to dance. Nigga, you don't get your ass on, bro. It's summertime, bro. It's teen clubs around here. Go dance on a little female or something.
That's right, brother.
May that dance be a curse unto them, man.
That's right.
Because this is serious business, man. The scripture's talking about it's going to be a famine of the words. We out here preaching and preaching the word. We're giving the most precious thing you can have in society out right now. We're pushing a beautiful, vibrating, a vibrant spirit out right now, man. Just by speaking truth, in the name of Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai, man. And they want to play games. And the scriptures is talking about it's going to be a famine of the word, and it says not of water, not of food, and what else it says, brother?
This is Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
And it says not of bread, not of water, but the men of the Lord, we already know that when the famine of the word comes, it's gonna be a famine of water and a famine of bread. So on top of not having water and food, it's gonna be no word, no understanding in that day, man. And that's gonna be what's gonna sustain people, having understanding. We understand we don't need water and bread to live. We need the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. We need the mercy of the Lord to live, man. The Lord, we don't have to have water in our system. We don't have to have bread. We don't have to have food. We don't have to have anything. But if we have mercy from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we're going to live, man. There's been plenty of accounts to where people have been in tragic accidents or have been very severely sick, and the doctors can't explain how these people made it. That's right. But the men of the Lord, we understand how they made it, man. They made it through the grace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's right. Even if they were wicked, even if they were in the drive-by shooting and they survived 13 bullets just to die 5 years later. But that miracle that happened when they were shot 13, 15 times and they lived, that was the grace and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Going to what the brother said, how of course we need physical bread and we need physical water in order to sustain true bread and the true word, the true bread and the true water is the words of Yahweh Shai. All right? Now this is Colossians chapter 3, and you can break it down. I'm going to read verses 3 and 4. It says, "For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in the Most High. When Yahweh Shai, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory."
When Yahweh Shai appear, man, we're gonna know, man. That's the life. That's the glory. That's everything the world needs. And guess what? It said, then we shall appear with him. Those men are the glory. Those men are the life. That's everything. Those men are everything the world needs. The same men that were out here professing the name of Yahweh Shem Shai on the street corners, man. He's gonna share his glory with us, man. You know?
Because if I could say, man, when Yahweh Shai got crucified and he died, okay, and he got resurrected, that's symbolic as well for the men of the Lord, man, because as soon as Yahweh Shai got crucified, we got crucified with him. So as he got resurrected in a new body, I'm sorry, not in a new body, but he got resurrected to be holy, to be glorified. We were supposed to be resurrected and glorified. So with us being resurrected and glorified, we have to live our lives accordingly in a different manner. This isn't our lives that we live. Hey, ma'am, excuse me, no pictures, please.
Hey, people playing games, man. We just been talking about that, man. This is serious business, brother. Go ahead and bring that out, brother.
This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High."
Brother. Hey, man shall not live by bread alone. We don't need bread. We got the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know how? Just like Yahweh Shai fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, the men of the Lord can do the same thing, man.
I can say something real quick. And notice the scripture says by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High, not for nitpickers out there.
That's right. Every word, man. Every word. And just because you think that one part contradicts the other, the men of the Lord it's been revealed, and we have understanding. But we don't have to be in confusion like this fool walking down the street, man.
Be salty, brother.
We ain't gonna be in confusion. The men of the Lord are gonna have understanding of the scriptures. We're gonna know what precept matches up with the other precept to make it whole. Something that might be a little wavy that we might think, I don't understand that quite such. But then the Spirit is going to reveal another precept to bring it together, man, like a puzzle, man. We got all the pieces, man. The Lord has given us the scriptures out of all the years our mothers and grandmothers and great-grandparents and great-greats have been having these scriptures since we've been in hardcore slavery and out of it and to now, you know. But only the men of the Lord has been able to undo and to put in place the understanding of the scriptures through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, all the time that the scriptures, that the Bible has been on in America, that the Bible has been on the earth, you know, and just now, within a short period of time, or maybe about 100 years maybe, that we have pure understanding and we're able to come out and preach the truth, you know, in sincerity. Anyway, brother,
So Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Will you love ignoring your calling that the Lord has given? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, how long will you love America, man? How long will you love oppression, man? How long? You simple ones, man. What you got, brother?
How long you gonna love an ass whooping, man? That's crazy, man. How long you gonna love an ass whooping, bro? You know, eventually, like a kid, a child gets it right. We all here with once children. Like, damn, I can't go outside if I keep messing up in school. You didn't like the way that belt strap felt, so you got it together.
You got it together, man.
That's right, brother.
Hey, the Lord is wreaking havoc on the nation of Israel, man.
That's right.
Been wreaking havoc, man. And he gonna turn the level up a little more. He's gonna turn the knob some more on it, man.
That's right. right.
level. He's gonna turn it. It's gonna be. At first it was on the baby head, then it turned into a grown man head. Now it's on the skeleton, man.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna turn into powder, man. But Lord willing, the skeleton come and you know, we be able to experience and see these fools that disregard the word of the Heavenly Father suffer, man. We want to see you people suffer, man.
That's right.
We want to see you people in agony, man.
Right.
We want to see despair. We want to see the looks on your faces change from proud looks to I don't know what the fuck is going on. Excuse my language, man. We want to see people walking around just don't know, just fidgeting. That I don't have my phone. My phone don't work. I don't know how to get home. You know, everybody depending on social media. Everybody depending on the damn TV. They depending on their cell phones, GPS.
Yeah.
Man, you know, in that day, man, it's gonna be a scary thing, man, to be without.
That's right, brother. Mind if I say something real quick? You wanna hold this out? The water. Yeah, like the brother's going into, man. Everybody wanna depend on something that's tangible. Because being down here in this carnal system of America, that's all you've been taught growing up your whole life, because they're not brought up in the scriptures. They don't know anything. So all they're focused on, or all that they've been brought up to focus on, is stuff in their belly, man. So when all that stuff goes out, when you can't use your phone no more, when you can't use your computer no more, when you can't go to work, when you can't eat, they, like the brother said, man, they gonna shake in that day. But as the scriptures say, the mighty men shall be like women when that day comes, man. Because everybody's so focused on the now, so focused on something that they have to grasp, man. That's what the scriptures say in Isaiah the 33rd chapter, pretty much loosely paraphrasing, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time concerning the men of the Lord. Because we know we don't need this stuff. Now, it benefits us right now. Yeah. We use certain things like the internet and everything to watch YouTube, to read certain scriptures in the blue letter and so forth. But the Lord will provide us with what we need whenever that day comes, man. And all these people that are without are going to continue to be without. You know? You got it, brother. The water. It's gonna be a really scary day that's coming very soon, coming to a theater near you people that don't want to get right, man. That mark of the beast is getting ready to hit, and you ain't gonna know what the hell to do, man. Y'all gonna take it, and when the nukes come down, you're gonna be scared out of your mind. You know?
Like you said, man, when the mark of the beast come, man, pestilence, the financial disparity, people are gonna take that chip, man. They're gonna take it. They're gonna be willing to take it, not knowing that that's their utter destruction. That's their utter end, man. That's it for these people, man. Once you implant this grain of rice into your hand, because it's just a grain of rice. Your fingernail is bigger than this little thing. It's not gonna hurt you, because that's what they're gonna push on the people, man. They're gonna push, man. It's just so that we can identify you as not one of those crazies that's out there, and that you can eat, and everything will be fine. So what they're gonna do? Oh, okay, I'll take it because my bills is due. I'll take it because my car note is due. My insurance is due. Everything is fucking due. Mm-hmm. But the men of the Lord is gonna be don't in that day.
Yeah.
Because we ain't gonna be doing none of that, man. We're gonna be willing to stand on what we believe in, man. We're gonna be willing to die for this truth, man. That's no matter what.
Lord willing. That's right.
Lord willing, the men of the Lord. We're gonna be, if we're the men of the Lord.
That's right.
You know, if we are those men. It ain't no, I mean, it's Lord willing because we don't know if we are those
That's
men.
right. That's right.
But the men are gonna, without a shadow of a doubt, stand firm, man.
That's right, brother.
Because the Lord already appointed those men. He already got them written down.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Verse 6, ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child? Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins?
Man gonna be walking around like, oh man, I don't know, I just don't understand. I did everything right in society. Why me? Why me? I went to church every Sunday. Why?
That's right, Akion.
I paid my taxes.
Yeah.
I wasn't behind like these guys. But you know, hey, the Lord is gonna punish these people, man. They're gonna be like he having a baby, man. It's gonna be so bad on them. All my money gone. You got what's that youngster, the one with
Black
all the
youngster?
money, black youngster,
Yeah,
flashing
that
all his
nigga.
money, or I got all the money, throwing money on the ground. Your dumb ass got to pick all that money up, man. You know, just ignorant, man. But the Lord's gonna have something terrible for you, man, cause you enticing his people, man, with wickedness, man. You making his people think that that's what they gotta have in society. I gotta have stacks. I gotta have bricks of money on my ear. I gotta be a fool, and I gotta have money, man. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I want to be like him. But you know what, man? The Lord is gonna make a fool out of you, man. The Lord is gonna show you. The Lord is gonna show you what it is to be in disparity, man. He's gonna show you how it's gonna feel, and to be utter chaos, and to be confused. You know, with no comfort. You're gonna be without comfort. Right now, that money is your comfort. Okay, we understand that. But in that day, man, money is gonna be obsolete. You can burn it up. You're gonna be burning it up.
That's
you're
right.
gonna be cold.
Yep, that's right, brother.
The Lord's gonna, and the Lord's so cold, man. It might be 60 degrees, but He gonna make sure your ass is cold, and you're gonna be freezing.
Hey, that's why it says, pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
Kind, brother.
You know?
Hey, it might not even be winter, but you gonna be cold.
That's right.
I just can't get warm. I just can't get warm. Everybody else like, man, I'm not cold. I feel fine. What you talking about? Man, I'm cold. Feel me. They're gonna be like, damn, you freezing, man. What's wrong with you?
No, what's gonna happen? They're gonna see that glow on
God.
the man.
Whoever the Most High put the mark on the man to be the elect, people gonna see that glow on them, man. That glow on them, man.
God, brother, God. Yeah, but I mean, the Lord is so, man, calculated, man. He can do whatever, man. That's why he to be feared, man. And the beginning of knowledge is to fear him, man. That's the beginning of knowledge, you know?
This is Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
The scripture say he's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. Just like that fool with all that money gonna be weak and feeble in that day. But the men of the Lord got spiritual money, man. We got that money that's gonna be something in that day. The famine of the word, the scarceness of knowledge and understanding. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have it. It's gonna be in us. It can't be taken from us. We're not gonna have actual bills of spiritual money that somebody can say, well, give me some of that, man. No, man, we're gonna have it in our minds and our spirits, man. The Heavenly Father's gonna preserve us, man. And while the carnal money is gonna burn and wither away, the spiritual money is gonna be everlasting, man. And it's gonna roll over into the kingdom, man.
That's right.
And the Lord is gonna, when we cash out, it's gonna be more than what we got. We're gonna triple and quadruple what we got, man.
That's right.
And we don't even really understand what we got coming, man. We just kind of got a general little piece of understanding of how beautiful and glorious the kingdom is gonna be. But how can you imagine glory when you're surrounded by filth? You know, how can you imagine pure glory when you're surrounded by filth? You know, when you're surrounded by concrete and dross water, you know, and defiled meats and food, you know. But like I said, the men of the Lord, we are already pondering on that, man. We pondering on that. And even though we have these lavish understanding of a beautiful life, it's far beyond what we can imagine, man. Way far beyond.
This is Revelation chapter 21. I'll start at 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Come, brother. Hey, New Jerusalem coming out of the sky, man. Ultimately, man, on the not a low scale, because we are the kingdom, man. He saw the men of the Lord. He saw the prophets of today coming down, man. Because we are the kingdom of heaven, man. Coming down as a bride, man. We are the bride of Yahweh Shai, man. It's gonna be married unto him. It's gonna be, and it's gonna collect when that time comes, man. We are the bride. The men of the Lord are those men that John revelated that John saw coming out of the heavens, man. That was called the kingdom of heaven. We are the kingdom of heaven, because the kingdom of heaven, the heaven, which is a place in earth, which is just the rulership of the righteous men.
That's right.
We are that, because it's nothing without the men. That's how precious men are to the Heavenly Father, man. That's how pro-man the Lord is, man. The Most High, Yahweh. That's how precious men are in His eyes. That He had a son. He didn't have a daughter.
That's
come
right,
out and save the world.
That's a great point.
He had a son, man.
That's a great point.
You know? And then He said, I'm established with my people that the firstborn is the promise going to be given to your firstborn. Don't forsake your firstborn. Even if your firstborn with another woman, that's still your second child, man. Your firstborn gets the promise. You know, that's what the Lord established, man. And that's the firstborn son, not the firstborn daughter. You know, because that son is going to grow up into be a man, and the man is supposed to rule the house under the protection of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Then the woman, then the children, man. You know.
Verse 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and He will dwell with them. They shall be His people, and the Most High Himself shall be with them.
Come on, man. Read that again, please. Please, bro. Read that one more time.
Verse 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men.
The tabernacle of the Most High is with men. The whole system of the Lord is with men. The kingdom of heaven is with men. It's not with women. It's with men. And starting with, you know, on this side, of course, starting with Yahweh Shai, his firstborn, which is already came and gone and is waiting on the day to return. But the men of the Lord that's out here pushing the prophecies, letting people know to wake up, letting people know that the mark of the beast is here. The men of the Lord, you know?
That's
I mean,
right.
you know, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, if I can make a point, that's beautiful what you're going into. You know, because Yahweh Shai is considered Yahweh's first fruit. And like you're comparing, you know what I mean, the elect being the first fruit. You know what I mean? Remember the priesthood, you know, Levi, what was their portion? Yeah. It was the priesthood. They didn't get an inheritance of the land. And what did he say? It was his firstborn. You know, even though we know Levi was what, the third son? You know what I'm saying? But that goes into it, man. That priesthood, starting with Melchizedek, who in the spirit is Yahweh Shai, the same thing follows through with the men of the Lord, man. Because we're the royal priesthood.
That's right, bro.
You know, we're the first, Lord, when we those men pursuing the James chapter 1, verse 17, we're the first fruits of the Heavenly Father under Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
That's right,
you
bro.
know?
We ain't no black men. We ain't black. We ain't African American. We Israelites. Hebrew Israelites. That's what we are, man. That's the big lie that's been taught on our peoples, that we're black and that we're Negro, that we're niggas, that we just here from Africa, you know. We're Israelites, man. We're the chosen of the Most High. What you got?
That's
brother?
right.
Well, I was talking to the man over there. You guys were talking about how he was talking about how the America is soon to fall, and that in the last book of the Bible that, you know, it's all about to collapse. And I was going to ask, what do you think this catastrophic event or social unrest that's about to happen?
Can you repeat the last part? It was just the motorcycle. Can you repeat the last part again?
What do you think the social unrest that is going to cause America to collapse actually be?
Social unrest.
The quality of the economy will crash. You know about the economy will crash, right? You read about this right here, the RFID chip? The scriptures speak about there's going to be a famine that's going to come in the world of food and of hearing the word of what we're doing out here right now. That's going to cause social unrest. It's going to be race riots coming out here. Because the society is going to crash. The money system is going to crash, man. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a number of things that's going to cause social chaos.
It could possibly be one
That's right.
big thing that causes it, man. Like China, some type of deal with China going wrong, or the imports can't come into America.
That's right.
You know, it's gonna be a chain reaction. It could be a disease that break out that cause so many people to get sick. Even the doctors start getting sick. So if the doctors are sick, how the hell they gonna heal the people? So then what? You know, it could be a number of things that can happen. Ultimately, we don't know exactly what to look for, but we know around what to look for. Like we know what the spirit is telling us, what the scriptures are telling us. Famine, war, pestilence, you know.
And there's wickedness. You see two men walking by holding hands. That's going against the scriptures. So ultimately, who the world calls God is going to destroy this place because of the wickedness that's being perpetuated throughout the whole earth. And we are here to address it and tell these people on the sign to wake up and come back to where they are. See?
Like in every country, in every single country, they have their own currency system. But what happens if the country loses its currency? What's going to happen to everything else?
Well, then that's just a case of inflation. Our currency will become worthless, but yet this country, it'll just become a case of inflation.
So again,
Now they're going to
if you lose your money, how can you buy goods?
But see, let them go place the money with this. This in the book of Revelation. You heard about this?
It's not gonna go back to trade and market and all that, because that's what they substituted the money with it for. You know, that's why you see. Matter of fact, can somebody hold the camera really quick?
Yeah, hey, you might as well jump in.
Yeah. Can somebody pull up Revelation chapter 6? Chapter 6 really quick.
We only use money as an idea to like barter and trade.
Right.
But you know, before this debit card, it was cash, right? Then it was the debit card, it's swipe, right? And then they put a chip in your debit card, right?
Yeah.
Well, the same microchip, now you can't swipe, you gotta insert it, right? They're gonna do away with that too. And then they're gonna put that same chip in a tangible form where they can put it in your hand. And that is gonna be, well, at that time you're gonna need it. That's the only way you can get and obtain your medicine, your finances, you know, and anything else that's pivotal with surviving in society. Go ahead,
That's right. And really quick, if I can say, because of course you're talking about trade, you're talking about this and so forth. Now, how old are you? I want to ask you real quick. 17. So you're a young man, right? So what were you doing around the year 2008?
2008, I was...
You was pretty young, right? Yeah, well, that was a really big recession that it went down.
Yeah, the housing market.
Exactly. Yeah. So what had happened to society after that went down? People started losing their jobs. The minimum wage pretty much, I ain't gonna say got lowered, it got raised up. Pretty much people are losing their jobs mainly. You know what I mean? And if that happens on a larger scale, the country is gonna fall pretty much, man. And you see that the dollar collapsing, the dollar is going down very soon. Like for example, when you go grocery shopping, we just went a few days ago. When you get a few items, you paying $100 and something. Back when we was around your age, you get a few items, you ain't paying number $25, $30 something. Yeah. So as soon as, because the dollar was backed by gold back then. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that, right? Yeah. Okay, not because it was called a gold certificate or a silver certificate, because it was backed by gold, because gold is the actual currency. But right now, you know what it's backed by? It's not backed by anything because it's a fiat currency. All right, it's nothing pretty much but an IOU. All right, and I'm pretty sure, are you familiar with everything that's going on all over the world right now? How Russia and China are coming up with their own currency that's actually backed by something, and you see the American dollar falling very dramatically, and that's where you get food going off very high. You can't even pay to get nothing to eat right now. People are losing their jobs even more and more. You know, so it's going to happen on a larger scale to the point where America's going to have to depend on other countries, but these other countries ain't going to want to mess with them no more, because you were talking about trade.
Since the housing market, the dollar is actually, well, the dollar might not be increasing in value, but
the dollar's definitely not increasing in value. The dollar is decreasing in value.
But the actual amount of people that have the unemployment rate is actually went lower than it has been before the housing market itself.
According to what? You don't know?
I can't back it up with anything
okay,
right
so
now,
so maybe you got to back it up with something. Go ahead, brother.
My quick point is this. Now, if you study the Dow Jones and you study the stock market, not saying that you do, what do they call it?
Sorry, say that one.
The Dow Jones, the stock market, the S&P 500.
I don't know what they call it.
They call it the futures market, right? Yeah. Which that's how they get the unemployment rate, and to let you know that hey, if the Dow Jones is above 20,000, stocks are good, money's good, everything's good in the good old U.S. of A. Right? Now they call it the futures market because why? The stock market is not real.
all bullshit.
It's all BS. Everything is fake. The dollar as we know it, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, who actually runs the currency that's being shipped across the whole world, is even letting you know that the reserve currency, which is the dollar, is becoming useless.
That's right.
If the IMF is letting you know that the reserve currency, which is the dollar, is becoming useless, and they want to put it into the special drawing rights, which has what, the euro, the dollar, and the RMB, okay, which is the Chinese yuan, which they're trying to make that currency be the reserve currency around the world. Okay, now this dollar is about to fall because it has, like the brother said, it has no value. It's not backed by anything. If I have 500 million actual notes, and I don't have any gold backed by it, and I give it to you, what does that mean? It means I'm gonna have interest piled on top of it, whereas you got to pay me back what I owe you in gold. That's what all these other nations are gonna do. They're gonna say, wait, man. Roughly paraphrasing, excuse my French, man, America been fucking us this whole time. That's right. So we gonna need to get we need our bread back. So what's America gonna do? They gonna fold and go, okay, we're gonna give you everything back. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be World War III. That's right.
But still, people may talk about the debt that we owe to other countries, but nobody talks about the debt that other countries actually owe to us.
Like what? Like what?
Well, during World War II, we actually lent out a lot of money to a lot of European countries to get them back on their feet. And we've lent out money all over the place in other places. It may not be as big as the amount that we owe to China, but altogether it should actually back up.
It may not be as big as the other amounts. Being honest with you, man, and you should know this, man, it seems like you're somewhat educated, man, but you even know that America is a consumer country.
Yeah, right.
It's a consumer country. That's why every time you buy something, China, Korea, so forth, Taiwan, they don't produce nothing. You know, so for example, if you pay me money and you keep paying me money, and if I don't pay you nothing, let's say I might have gave you a little bit something here in the past, you know what I mean? But if you continue to pay me money and I don't pay you nothing back, and you know for a fact that you gave me a lot more than the little bit that I gave you, and I'm not giving you the stuff that I owe you back, how you gonna feel? Are you gonna want to give me anything no more after that? A yes or no question. He's shaking his head no. You're not, just common sense says you're not gonna want to give nobody that. Right. You know what I mean? That's how all, like the brother has said, that's how all these other places feel right now, man. And war is gonna spark off of that, just like it's done in history. Are you familiar with history? When it went down, how Rome fell? How Greece fell? How did it fall?
Rome fell due to a war that they went inside, and due to a lot of their people actually dying, they lost a lot of their trade. They lost a lot of things, their markets and their trade, due to their actual people being sent to war and dying, which ended up in Santa Claus.
Okay, so if you pay attention to the decadence of, well, pretty much I'm gonna put it like this, because that you're correct, but a lot of that has to stem from the finances as well, because you mentioned trade. Because what was Rome's money back then?
Rome's money, the denarius became less of value because why? They were mixing their silver with clay. That's why I want somebody real quick. I know you had a scripture.
Yeah.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Hey, this is going to answer your question real quick. Just listen to this. Go ahead and bring it up.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
Okay, it says his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. So first we got to get established who is that his and him that they're talking about, because it's talking about a particular person. It's not talking about a red man underneath the ground with a pitchfork, whereas if you die, you burn forever in this place. Whereas your soul, which is pure energy, is going to burn forever. Does that make any sense? It doesn't make sense, right? Right. So this him is talking about the so-called white man who rules the world as we know it today. Okay? He's the one that's in control of your finances. He's the one that's in control of your water. He's the one that's in control of your food. That's right. He's the one that's in control of the media that goes on your TV. He's the one that's in control of the music that you listen to. He's the one that's in control of the woman that you popping. He's the one that's in control of this world. Am I lying to tell you that the so-called white man is the man that rules the world today? Just be honest with yourself.
Whose face is on the money that you use every day?
Whose face covered up our Lord? He didn't look like that. The scriptures tell you what he looked like. That's just it. that's just, I'm just letting you know that he is talking about the so-called white man, which is biblically called Edom, Esau. Okay, that's his biblical name, which is our fraternal twin brother, Jacob, which consists of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are Israelite. You are Israelite. Believe it or not, you're not an African American. You're not black. Black is a color. Your hair is black. Your skin doesn't look like that.
That's a PC term.
That we're different colors of brown. Now let's jump back to what we were going into because we're going into the money. All right, go ahead.
Well, we gotta go because
Real quick, I'm almost.
Behold,
gonna
his
be quick.
soul
It's gonna
which
be
is
quick.
lifted up is not upright in him.
Right.
But the just shall live by his faith.
Go ahead.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine,
Different philosophies, different democracies. Okay, go ahead.
he is a proud man.
He's a proud man. The so-called white man is a proud man. He goes across all these different nations in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, Yemen, you know, and sets up these central banks, okay, and starts wars. Okay, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, sound familiar? Go ahead.
Now, if I make just a real quick point, Esau made the nation of Israel a currency. You asked about the currency. He made the nation of Israel a currency. That Yahushua said, "Ye are the salt of the earth." You know that salt, like in Roman times, didn't they use that as currency?
That's where you get the word salary.
He uses jake for entertainment, you know, for sports, you know, all the industry here in America it's all something Jake's doing. You know, so he uses Jake to, you know, so he can make profit.
Hey, we actually really gotta go.
If you got to go, it's fine, but let's go ahead and get to
Verse
the
5.
edification of the camera.
Ye also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man,
Right?
neither keepeth at home.
Not to keep it at home because he's always going about, you know, ravaging other nations and starting wars, you know, pillaging different nations. Why? To set up these central banks because he's greedy. The scripture tells you he's a greedy, proud man. We just read it. He wants everything. He wants all the money. He wants all the gold. He wants all the land. He wants all the substance, and he wants everybody. He wants the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man and woman to be killed and completely annihilated off the planet Earth, so we can have robots. Okay, go ahead.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell. Everywhere he goes is death.
That's right, buddy.
All right, go ahead.
And is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
And he can't be satisfied. That's why he continues to go into these different nations and into these different countries, spreading his democracies, okay, his philosophies, his different doctrines, okay. That's why you can go to what is it, Okinawa, Japan, I believe is what it is, and you can Okinawa, Japan. So I can get the water, brother. Okinawa, Japan, and you can see Pepsi, McDonald's, burgers with bacon and onions and shit on there. You know, all these different, all these different foods and Sprite. You know what I'm saying? Women walking around in these different Muslim countries, so-called Muslim countries, showing their ass and not being covered up. It's because the so-called white man's democracy. Go ahead.
Cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations,
Right.
and heapeth unto him all people.
Right. The so-called white man wants to heap all nations and people unto him, man. Why? To fulfill his new world order.
That's right.
So that he can be on top, which he already is on top right now, according to prophecy.
That's right.
But he wants to be the man on top. He wants to be God.
Yep.
He wants to be the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Shall not all
I'll
of
get
these
right back to you.
take up a parable against him,
Shall now all these nations take up a parable against him? Go ahead.
and a taunting proverb
And
against him,
And a taunting proverb. Go ahead.
and say, Woe to him that increaseth, that which is not his.
Woe to him that increases, which is not his. Right? Go ahead.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
And to him that laden himself with thick clay. Okay, so we always go into this word. I'm gonna ask you, what is that word, clay? If you don't know, you don't know. That word clay in the Hebrew is a bayat, all right, which means debt. It's laden with thick debts. America is a nation laden on top of thick debt. How many dollars is America in debt? What, like $20 trillion? Something of that nature. 20, probably more than that.
A little bit more than
You know, So that lets you know that that nation here, what Habakkuk is seeing in this future prophecy, is talking about America. It has to be.
That's right.
It has to be.
That's right. Michael bring up a good point as well.
You got it.
Because the young Jake tried to make the statement saying other countries had owed America some money at a point in time as well. But when you look at these other countries and ask them the question, saying who's the elephant in the room or who's the man that everybody hates, man, they all point the finger at America. Everybody hates America because they know that they reaped so much and gave back nothing. You know? Yeah, they might have did would have dabbled a little bit here and there, but America owes so much money, man. America doesn't create nothing. America does nothing but take, even when you look at their rap sheet. You know? You got it, brother.
Start that over, brother. I started over.
And also, Salakis, I don't, you know.
Yeah, oh no, brother, man, that's good, man. It's the spirit, man. It had to come out, man. Brothers, great brothers amongst us, man. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. They make good points, man. Young man want to come up and you know, kind of tell us, you know, what he think, and let us know that he's not a dummy and he has some education according to Esau's standard. You know, okay, that's cool, man. But ultimately, man, you don't have the spirit. You think that America is going to continue, man? You coming up here trying to tell the men of the Lord that America has a way out. You know, you're trying to let us know, the prophets of the Heavenly Father know that there is a way out of this system, man, because America's not that bad in debt. America got, well, after they can't win the argument of debt, okay, the next argument would have been, well, our military is great. You know, but guess what, man? If the Lord wants this place to go down, man, it's gonna go down.
That's right.
You know,
At the end of the day, you're focusing on the wrong thing.
focusing on the
Yeah,
wrong
you shouldn't be
thing.
focusing on menial stuff like that.
One minute.
Yeah.
This is James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
God, go now, man. You rich man. I'm pretty sure, hey, that young man, I kind of got the spirit that possibly, man, he might be a terror, man. Because he really believed on this society,
That's
man.
right.
He really taking up for good old America, man. So-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, even though, man, we drawn to this place, we know something ain't right, man. We know deep down inside, we know something ain't right. Now, the young man that was standing beside him, he was pretty quiet, like, man, I don't know, I don't know, man. But the other one, he was pretty proud, man. You come against a group of men that's out here preaching, you know, proclaiming what we believe in, and you want to tell us that we wrong, you know, and that's your right to do so, man.
Speaking on what ifs and gray areas, this is that and the third.
Man.
What did that come about?
Hey.
From something I don't know.
That's right,
Salaki.
man. He didn't even know that he did evil, man.
Yeah.
Coming up here speaking, man. You need to be quiet, man. The scriptures say, hold thy foot when thou comest into the house of the Lord, man. Be more quick to hear than give the sacrifice of fool, man. He came up here and proclaimed himself to be a fool. You know? I don't give a damn how smart you are in society. If you don't have the spirit and power of the scriptures, which the word is Yahweh Shai, starting with the Father Yahweh. If you don't have the spirit, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these scriptures, man, you don't have anything. I don't care how much education you have, doctorate degrees, PhDs, you can have several. We don't care, man. Ultimately, you know too much. Your cup runneth over, man. You know too much. Just go up the street, man. This is not for you. We come preaching to the meek and the humble, man. We ain't preaching to the proud, arrogant, and the ready to speak. We preaching to the ready to listen, man. Because we got the blueprint. We got the answers, man. Like Kanye said, how, Sway? How?
That's right, brother.
You don't got the answers, Sway. The prophets of the Lord got the answers, Kanye. We got the answers, man. And I don't know if you listening or not, man, but you need to, hey, fuck all that, man. I don't care what Kanye got to do. But what we're going to come out here and do is preach the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
That's right.
We're going to preach the prophecies until the missiles drop, man.
That's right.
Because we know what's coming, man. We understand the prophecies of the Lord, man. We know that we're the children of Israel. We know that the Lord has a remnant that he's going to save. and destruction. We know ain't no such thing as hell, man.
That's right, man.
We know we already in hell, man.
That's right.
But the rich man don't know, man. Go ahead, just a little more on that, brother.
Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten.
God, hey, like the dude was trying to say, man. But the other countries owe us money. That money, that riches that the other countries got for the America, it's corrupted, man. And they know it's corrupted. I don't owe y'all shit, man. Y'all owe us money. That's how they looking at it. Like, man, it's not adding up, man. These books, America, they said that we've been paying them. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. How much they giving to Israel? And we supply them with. It's not adding up, man. It's corrupt, man. We don't owe them shit, man. And eventually these countries are gonna come and try to collect. They ready to collect.
That's
man.
right, brother.
North Korea is not afraid of the big bully, man. They pushing they missiles. They shooting their missiles off. They ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. They shooting them off. You know, they practicing, man. Getting ready for something. They don't fear America, man. As much as America's saying on the news, stop shooting the missiles. We got sanctions on that. You can't shoot toward this way. And they're like, we're gonna shoot another, man. See how close we can get. We getting closer. They even saying that, hey, we can hit in the inland, the midlands of America, man. We got a little precision now. You know, it's better than what it was a couple years ago. We getting ready, man.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. So the Lord's basically saying, get up straight. We don't want, like you said, we don't want anything to do with people who don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's, we say it all the time, but we don't want anything to do with it. So don't come up here unless you want to be serious about it.
You know, you can't. It's impossible to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai and believe in this system. It's impossible, man. It's chaotic to think that you can live and thrive in America and try to keep the laws, and statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's impossible. It can't work, man. It's like oil and water. We already know this is the worst. This is the worst civilization known to man right now as we speak. This is the absolute worst. This is the worst. So what's the best? Oil and water. What's the best? The kingdom of heaven, man. This is the absolute worst. Go ahead, man.
And I got a precept regarding how basically the brother said you can't serve the Most High and then think that you're going to be able to make it in society because it's wicked. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 24, it says, no man can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and mammon. And that word mammon means money. You can't love the Most High and love the riches of this world.
Because hey, the Most High is going to give you things that are spiritual, things that you can't touch, things that's not carnal, things that's not tangible. You can't even see some of the things that the Most High can give you. You know, the Most High got spiritual gifts, man.
This is same chapter, Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and dust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Hey, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, man. Treasure, just word. God, brother. Hey, for the men of the Lord, that's the treasure. God, yeah. Hey, but for these niggas out here, money is the treasure. God. It's about whoever has the most money. God. Some niggas even believe whoever owns the most land wins, man. No, whoever owns the most spiritual treasure wins, man. And ultimately, it's up to Yahweh Shem Shai. Because some brothers are going to have more treasures than others. But everybody going to receive the same gift.
The same penny, man.
Everybody going to receive the same the same salvation. You know, everybody going to receive the same gift that's chosen. You know, out of that number, man. You can't serve two masters. Because money going to do you good on this side, man. Money going to have you feeling real good, man. It's going to make you forget about the spiritual gifts. It's going to make you forget about your nationality. It's going to make you forget about the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High, which is the purest gift you can receive on earth. You're going to start dibbling, dabbling into other philosophies, man.
Scripture say money is the root of all evil. So it can't be.
Yeah, the love of money is the root of all evil, man. The love of money is the root of all evil, man.
You get this real quick, brother.
This is Matthew 13:52. Then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. So the treasures, Father's treasures, is coming from the Old Testament and New Testament. A man with wisdom, not the understanding of that, will come out of these scriptures because it said things new and old out of your treasure. This is the treasure. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of his word.
Yeah, Con. This is in Romans chapter 8, verse 6. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Brother. Hey, carnally minded is death, man. Thinking that substance is gonna carry me on. Thinking that if I can just have enough money to save for that little minimum 2-seater nuclear bunker that Esau got online that I can buy for about $13,000-$14,000, then I can be saved from the nuclear destruction, man. I ain't gotta worry about trying to get out there and trying to, I ain't worried about none of that, man. I just want to survive, man. Me and my woman, and we can start over. No, man. That's being carnally minded, man. That's death. God, the Most High can make it to where you'll be trapped in that bunker and suffocate to death. Or just die, man. Die of starvation. Or just kill each other, man. You and your woman, man. Y'all get to plotting on each other in that bunker, man. And looking at each other crazy. You know, man and woman already, in this society, man, they can't get along, man.
You might wake up and find a woman eating your kid.
God, bro.
Good shit. You.
Wake up, that bitch eating you, goddamn.
Verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. And that word subject basically means subjection. You're not being subservient unto the Most High by being carnally minded. One more verse, and it says, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. And that's basically how we're able to come out here and prophesy on the highways and byways, because we have the Spirit of the Heavenly Father.
That's a gift, man. Go back to them gifts, man. Carnal gift and spiritual gift, man. It's a blessing, man, that the Lord gave you awareness. It's a blessing that the Lord gave you the desire to want to know more, to want to be higher than the people that you see out here, man. So to want to thrive for salvation and to understand that everything that we've been taught in this world is a lie, and to want to be accepted by the Heavenly Father and His Son, man.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but the Most High knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed amongst men is abomination in the sight of the Most High.
Oh, man, hey, I got all these money, man. I got women. I got the bitches, man. I got the codeine. I got the weed. I got the powder. Whatever you want, I got it. I got the mansion in Malibu with the infinity pool out there, man. Bitches got food. They ain't been home in months, man. I'm talking about I got it, man. I got anything you need. Man, that's enmity with the Most High, man. That's garbage, man. The Most High down there, the Most High gave you that for your destruction, man.
He gave it to you to watch you lose it.
Come on, brother. You don't put your heart in tangible things. You don't put your heart in carnality, man. And the Lord is gonna break your heart, man. It's a bad thing to have your heart broken, man. Just having your heart broken by a woman is terrible. But there's many other women. Having your heart broken by just life, the Lord break your heart with life, having all of this stuff, everything that you can ask for, and Him take it from you, strip it from you. You know, man, the Most High is terrible, man.
I got a precept in Galatians chapter 6, verse 8. It says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting."
Come on, brother. If you sow into the flesh, you're gonna reap corruption, man. You sow into your desires, your fleshly desires. I gotta get that Beamer, man. I gotta get it, man. Woo, man. I'm looking at it every night before I go to bed. Look at the navigation on the thing, man. I gotta have it, man. You sow into your flesh, man. You gotta have these women, man. You know, eventually, man. I shot Rihanna a message, man. You know, shit. She might hit me back. I shot an old girl that looked like Rihanna down the street a message, man. She might hit me back. Man, you investing in carnal things in the world, man. You read that part again, bro.
It says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption."
You sow into the flesh, man. You sowing fleshly seeds out there, man. Fleshly seeds that you desire, fleshly reaps. You know, fleshly increase, fresh fleshly fruit from the seeds that you're putting out, man. You're not putting out spiritual seeds. You're not putting out righteous seeds, man. The vibration that you're putting out is a lustful vibration. It's a selfish vibration. You know, that doest thou wilt spirit, man. You know, whatever I can get, man, I'm gonna get. I ain't worried about it, man. I'm just trying to get. I'm trying to live, man. YOLO, man. You only live once, man. You know, the Lord not dealing with that, man. You're gonna reap corruption, man. And then the second part. Oh, come on.
Just wanted to share it. Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, bro.
this is going into everything that y'all going into right now. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 5. But the point's in 6 on class 5. It says, "Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercies," this is 6, "by mercies and truth, iniquity is purged, and by the fear of Yahweh, men depart from evil."
Can you read the first part one more time, brother?
Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished.
Hey, it say everyone that is proud is an abomination to the Most High, man. Yahweh. You know?
This is
Look, hold on 1 second. So it said, though hand join in hand, man. Esau and the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American appear that they, you know, getting along, man. You know, everything is all right. You walking down the street, kicking it with your partners, man. Run up on your heritage. Run up on the men of the Lord that's spitting and giving you the most precious gift that you can receive on this side, man. This is the end. This is it, man. You know, this is your chance. This is your shot. You kicking it with Esau, man. Then you see Esau make a mockery of your inheritance. You still kicking it with Esau. You know, yeah, y'all cool. It's fun. It's funny. You know, a little bit of guilt came in you. You want to come back and try to just talk. You coming back not humble, man. You proud. What the scripture say about being proud? What the scripture say about being proud in the beginning?
Everyone that is proud is an abomination.
The scripture say everyone that is proud is an abomination, man.
To Yahweh.
To the Most High, man. You're an abomination. You are subject for destruction. The Lord is not going to have mercy on you. You know, I don't care how young you are. I don't care. The Most High don't care, because it ain't about me. The Most High don't care how young you are. He don't care how much knowledge you acquired in this world, and how much you abided by Esau's system. Hand has joined in hand with you, and you're gonna be destroyed, man. What's that?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
Bro. Hey, like I said, the two brothers, them two young men came back. One was more humble than the other. Even though the other one didn't speak. You know, we don't even know what his mind was thinking. He didn't speak.
He was counted as wise.
He was counted as wise.
That's right.
Like the scripture says, man. And the other one was talking too much, man.
That's right.
Shut up and listen, man.
That's right.
We out here trying to tell you what's gonna happen, and you trying to tell us what's not gonna happen.
Right.
We out here telling you that you know, when the street light come on, you take your ass home. You're telling us the street light ain't on.
That's right.
And it's clearly on, man. We got the light, man. We shining on you, man. We see you. We already know. We done been. It's already been written, man. We already know the type of spirit you done came in, man.
That's right.
You know, you ain't humble. You need to humble yourself. Be quiet, man. Listen, man. You know.
Yeah, but Jay was out here speaking, man. There was the two of them, like the brother said. The other one was quiet. The other one was agreeing more on our side than we was saying. He was like, you know, he was, oh yeah. The other one just keep on gibbering and jabbering and going on in a big old circle.
That's right.
You know, the other one was quiet, man.
He couldn't believe that this society is gonna come to an end. Man, I'm trying to go to college, man. Man, what they talking? Ending? The world ending? No, man. I'm an Israel. I ain't no damn Israelite. You might be right, man. You probably an Edomite. Because you was proud.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Hey, so what if some did not believe, man? Shut up. Miss their unbelief make the word of the Most High without effect? Come on, brother. We don't. Hey, yeah, it's gonna be many that don't believe. 2/3 of our people not gonna believe, man. How much so the other nations? You know, and our people are supposed to be the righteous of the world. If 2/3 of our people don't believe, how much more the other nations, man? How much more Esau? We already know Esau not gonna believe, man. Ain't no way. Esau can't be saved, man.
Esau said there ain't no such thing as God.
Esau said ain't no such thing as God, man. And I really wanted to ask that young man if he believed in God. I bet he would have said no. I almost compared.
Or you probably would have tried to philosophize.
Yeah.
I think God is everywhere.
Yeah.
What is God?
Hey, I got some real quick.
He would have been the type of Jay. What is God really? Let's break that down. Like, bro, you ain't got it, bro.
You ain't got it.
And our people, man, our people don't consider, man. But they consider Esau's ways. And a lot of ways our people consider after Esau is gonna get our people destroyed, man. 2/3 of our people, man.
That's right, bro. And they need to be destroyed, man.
That's right.
Because they too proud.
That's right.
They too proud, man. They know too much. And they don't know a damn thing, man. You got it? Hold on, I think.
He got it.
Okay, come on.
This is regarding anyone really who doesn't believe in the Most High. The scriptures condemn that. You know what I'm saying? It says in Psalm 14:1, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good.
If you say in your heart, it ain't no God, man. Ain't nothing looking down at me. Ain't nothing paying attention to me. Ain't no spiritual being checking for me, making sure I'm doing the right thing. Ain't no God. You know, you believe it ain't no God in your heart. The fool. Scripture say the fool said in his heart there is no God.
That's right.
And there is a Most High, man.
Right.
And he has a son. And they do exist, even though you don't see him. But you see him in everything that exists in the world. Because he is, man. He is everything, man. And everywhere. The Most High is grass, elements, flesh. He is everything, man. He created this, man. How could he create with nothing? He created with himself.
This is Romans chapter 1, verse 19. Because that which may be known of Yahweh is manifest in them, for Yahweh hath shewed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen.
Hey, and we understand that, man. It's clearly seen for the men of the Lord, the invisible things. We clearly see, man, that there is a Most High, man. We clearly see it. How can it not be? How? How can we not have imagination? How can we have imagination? How can we sleep at night? How can we breathe, man? How can our heart continue to pump blood? We don't have batteries, man. We don't need batteries, man. The Most High gave us life. He breathed life in us, man. And the best life that he breathed in us was when he gave us his truth, man. And he woke us up out of the world. Because we once believed like those young men. We once thought America had it, man. Shit, even though we knew, hey, our people got the bad end of the stick. But America got it, man. Look at this place, man. Look at money. Look at women. You know, they can do whatever they want, man. The carnal, our spirits back then, man, wasn't aware. Well, our spirit was aware, but our flesh was overtaken by you know, our flesh was overruling our spirit, you know, because we were fleshly, and the Lord breathed life into us and allowed our spirit to grow and to become more controlling over the flesh. Now we're not all the way controlled by the spirit, because we still sin, we still do things that we shouldn't do, you know. But ultimately, the Most High is going to have mercy. He's going to save us, man.
The scripture says grace and mercy is for mighty way. You know, so that ultimately what the brother's going to very beautifully, man. Like, you know, we all got our messages that we have. You know, we all got our slip-ups and our own little demons that we got to fight. You know, but ultimately, we looking for mercy. You know, we're doing this work and this servitude before Yahweh Shah, hoping and begging that he has, you know, a little ounce of mercy to grant us, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what the way our bodies are, man, the things that we've done, all of us, like we always say time and time again, we all deserve to be put to death. You know what I'm saying? All of us are broken. You know, but it all goes back to grace and mercy and the faith in Yahweh Shah, man, and really truly believe it. You know?
This is Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee in the right hand of my righteousness.
And it's talking about the same God that the fool said in his heart. There's no such thing. The Most High said he's going to be with us, man. You know? He's going to be with us, man. He's going to protect us, man. He's going to put us under his wing. And there's nothing that can come against us, man. The Most High said he got us. You know? And it's going to be shown so that the fool going to know he a fool, because he's going to see that there is a God. There is a Most High. There is a power that's in control of this whole thing. You know? He's going to see that he made himself. Well, he's going to see that the Most High made him. You know? The Most High did that. Because ultimately, it's not like we're telling you, it's not about the man. It's about the spirit of the man. It's about the Heavenly Father. What he wrote aforetime for the man. It ain't about us, man. We could fall out tomorrow, man. We don't know. Next week, we don't know. That's fear, you know? And that's what we need to make it, man. You have to fear. You have to fear, you know?
Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded.
All of them that was incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. All of the dancing you was doing in the back behind the men of the Lord. I just want to dance. No, you want to mock the men of the Lord. You don't even know what you're doing, man. You don't even know, man. You don't even know you made a spectacle of yourself to the prophets. We looking at you upside your head like, bro, you don't even know. You don't even know the dangers you in. Playing games, man. Time out for games in this world. It's time out for that. It's time to get serious, man. You know? But you know what? I've realized the more real shit gets in the world, the worse things get in the world, the more comedians that come out, the more laughter that comes out. You know, they say the same thing that make you laugh, make you cry. So I guess, man, crying is coming. So everybody in the laughing spirit, man. So this is crying coming, man.
The scriptures say, we're made a song amongst these people, man.
Come on, man.
You know, so
man.
when it comes to song, you got dancing ass niggas.
Yeah,
out there.
dancing, man, laughing, having a good time, enjoying and playing. You know, I mean, I'm telling you, man, social media got the most comedians I've ever seen. Everybody want to joke. Everybody want to play. Everybody want to dance around. Yeah, baby, what you doing, baby? What you doing, man? You doing too much, baby. You know, I mean, it's cute to the flesh, but to the spirit, man, it's bothersome, man. You got prophecies coming out. You got death and destruction on your street blocks. You got your women out here just running rampant, having a jolly old time in America, man. They ass need to be in the house, man.
That's right.
Trying to please their man. But their man don't even know where they at, man. You got all chaos. Come. What you say, brother? That man don't even exist, man.
Only man that exists, Israelite man that doesn't work.
Come.
Get the piece up for y'all. I'm about to laugh and clown.
Oh, gotcha.
This is Luke 6:25. Woe unto you that are poor, for ye are hungry, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
Time, man. Hey, that dude came up here. I keep talking about this young ass, but he was full, man. He was full, man. I wasn't that smart when I was his age.
Hey.
I didn't know shit about politics. I didn't give a damn about that. I didn't care, man. Hey, I always tell people. Hey, I always tell people, man. I was a straight A student until I learned about slavery. When I learned about slavery, I'm a dumbass. I don't give a fuck. Hey, I'm telling you, excuse my language, but when I learned about slavery, it let me know that I got it good. I ain't got it. Man, I got it good enough, man. Hey, I'm chilling, bro. Look how my forefathers had. They was getting their ass towed out the frame. I get to go to school with the white man, you know what I'm saying? I get to go to the cafeteria and eat. I ain't got shit to worry about, you know? And I was ashamed, ultimately. When I learned about slavery, I was ashamed, man. You know? Esau got their little jokes. Oh, we had y'all out in the field picking cotton, you know? That shit bothered me. It really bothered me as a young man, you know? I didn't care about history, man. History was a shame to me. Until the Most High breathed life into me and showed me the true history, showed me who my forefathers really were, and why we were in such a low estate, being held captive, put on cargo slave ship, shackled up, beat into submission, big strappy men. You know, that was a shame to me, man. I really felt low when I learned about slavery. Yeah. You know. All jokes aside, you know, that broke my spirit, because I was a straight A student until I started learning about slavery. You know. Got a little more?
No, you got it. Oh, I was going to finish the point about the instruction. It says, they shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Okay. Behold, all they that were increased and incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive against thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught.
Man. Hey, people that came against the men of the Lord, they're gonna be nothing in their day. They're gonna be nothing. The Lord is going to bring the people that are up higher esteem in this society down low. They're going to be low, you know, starting with the white man, then the Negro, Latino, and Native American woman, especially that black woman, going to be brought low. All that proud, walking around with all your nonchalantness, if that's a word, not caring, just I don't care, man. Let's go to McDonald's, man. Let's go get double cheeseburgers. You know, all of that folly spirit, playing, joking around. Instagram, taking selfies every damn where you go. You know, just hey, being one time, looking at every man you see, and you got a man at the house, and Tyrone to come and blow you back out because your man ain't hitting it right. All that wickedness you doing, man, committing adultery. You know, that's a saying amongst Israel, man. He ain't hitting it right. He ain't hitting it, man. That's wicked, man. Don't worry about what that man doing this woman, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm guilty of it. I said it back in the day too, man. Oh, he tell he. Man, that's wicked. I was being wicked, man. You know, that ain't right. But all of that, it's time out for all of that. And we're gonna see what's gonna stand in that day, man. We're gonna see what the Lord is gonna count as worthy in that day. It ain't gonna be no homosexuals. It ain't gonna be no pedophilia or pedophiles. No pimps, whoremongers, whores. You know. But ultimately, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit on the whores, because some of the prostitutes are gonna be counted as humble in that day, man. And the Lord might have mercy on some of them. The scriptures say He's gonna have mercy on some of them, you know. Because I understand, and the men of the Lord understand through the power of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, that that you know, the Most High set it all up. He set it all up, man. It ain't no escaping anything, you know. I thought that I had it, you know, even in the truth. I'm with my woman, you know, I can just be with her to the end. I'm not gonna worry about nothing else. Man, the Most High shook that shit up. He shook it up, man. Got a child, you know. I'm not thinking I'm gonna escape the curses, but man, I'm not even living with my wife and kid, man. What kind of shit is that?
You know, scripture say our women shall be harnessed in the streets.
Come on, brother. Come on, man. We can't escape the curses, man. You know, we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice, man. The Spirit is gonna guide you, and where it take you, you need to accept it. If you're a man of the Lord, and keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith. The brotherhood is important. You know, the Most High has given us gifts, man, amongst all the pain and sorrow that we got.
This is Isaiah 54 and 5. For thy maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the power of the earth shall he be called. For the Lord had called thee as a woman forsaken, and grieved in spirit, as a wife of youth when thou wast abused, saith thy power. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. In a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord thy Redeemer.
Man. And that everlasting kindness, man, is the kingdom of heaven, man. And we're gonna get to the kingdom through the men of the Lord and the elect of the nation of Israel, man. You know, of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Most High is gonna have mercy on us. He said our affliction is but for a short time. You know, even though it feels like it's been forever, even though it feels like we've been catching hell forever, you know, man, what's this little life? What is this little life, man? And we know there's been several lives before. What is this little life? How hard is it? Not taking away the heat from what we got to put up with in this society, but how hard is it to just believe and fight until the end, man? Just die for it. You're gonna die anyway. Die for something. Die for a cause. Die for the cause. Yahweh Shem Shai is the cause, man. That's the main. That's the glory of dying. It's dying for Yahweh Shem Shai.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee.
Hey, strive for the truth until death. No matter where you might find yourself in this wicked society, you might find yourself tied up in Esau basement. You might find yourself anywhere, man. You might find yourself in a bunker, man. Who knows? but you strive for the truth until death. And it said Yahweh shall fight for you, man. He's gonna be your strength. He's gonna be your buckler. He's gonna be everything you need in that war. You might be butt ass naked, but you're gonna have comfort knowing that you're dying for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You're gonna have comfort. You're gonna be ready to die. You're gonna be talking shit with no tongue. Just do it. Just kill me. I don't give a fuck. Either, mate. You know. Hey.
Maccabees, man. The brothers in the second Maccabees 7.
Yeah. Right. Hey. The Most High got you, man. Who wants to die honorable in this world? You know? Who wants to die? Nobody wants to die. It says strive for the truth until death. Some of us gotta go. Some of us gotta eat that. You know?
Say this though, you know. Hey, well, even if you do go, the scripture say in 1 Thessalonians 4th chapter, the dead in your house shall rise first.
That's right.
So you're gonna meet the rest of your leg, man. So it doesn't matter. You're still gonna be there, you know. But the scripture do say that it's good for a man to see the fall of his enemy. You sit right to the chapter, you know. But hey, if you gotta take the L, hey, just pray the Most High, put the spirit in you, take the L, and you'll be one of the first ones in the chair and wait on the rest of you.
Because really, if death goes, really just sleep.
Yeah, that's it. Just sleep. That's it.
Yeah, it may hurt.
You said that, yeah, come on.
It may hurt. Yeah, you just go to sleep because you really just sleep because you want the spirit world. It may hurt, but you just pray the Most High can give you spirit to, hey, go out like a man, and you know he don't just completely jack you up, you know. So you can hope for.
Esau can't bring you back to life and kill you again. Nope. But in the kingdom, we're gonna be able to do that to y'all. We're gonna be able to kill y'all and bring y'all back to life and do it again.
Do it again.
You know, we might even freeze time, shake the spirit out of you, let you look at yourself, slap you back in there. You know, hey. Have it on replay. Do it slow motion. You know, we're going to put you in the smartphone. We're going to put your ass in the smartphone and fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Most High, hey, he got an innumerable amount of pleasures put forth for the men of the Lord, man. And one of those pleasures is going to be paying back our enemy, man. You know, in righteousness.
Jake finished.
2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18. Eliezer, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine flesh. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment. You know, so he was like, man, let's bring it. You know, I'd rather die than be stained with this abomination, you know. There's many examples in the scripture of men dying, choosing rather to die than be forced to commit wickedness or whatever Esau might have you doing in that day. You know, like I said, I'll read it again. That last part that I read, you know, and came of his own accord to the torment, man. And that's, you know, and that's a good, and that's a great example that he set out there, you know. You know, like the scripture said, this was read for our learning, right? Roughly paraphrasing. You know, we read these scriptures, you know, and it's supposed to, you know, strengthen you and help you and give you and ultimately build you up. So in case you are put in a situation like that, you know, you may overcome it. You know, because of course you got to pray and, you know, ask the Most High to show, you know, give you strength and all that. But you know, ultimately everything should be done. What did it say?
Easy and in order.
There you go. You know, but you know, this man right here, Eliezer, man, he was like, man, you know, F this, man, bring it. You know, go ahead and just kill me.
That's right. Why? Because they understood reincarnation back then.
That's right, brother.
You know, so they knew if you get me, I'm gonna come back. And eventually, I'm gonna get y'all back. Eventually, I'm gonna have all y'all crackers in slavery, man. Put the hell on y'all, man.
That's right.
So that's why people are so scared to die now. Why? Because all these fables. That's right. You think you go to church, you think you're just gonna go to hell for burn hell, so you scared as hell to die. You know, so we got trying to get out of that now with understanding reincarnation. You know, but hey, that's why they were so willing to take that L back. They knew that would come back. Right? You read the next chapter. Oh, but the mother told us something. I'm gonna get you back.
Yep. I'm gonna get you back. That's right. Even if I could say, since you brought that point up, Yahushua, he had died before. He died, and then the dude pierced him while he was dead. And Yahushua even said, "Man, I'm coming back to get this nigga, man."
Yeah.
You know.
Just to back y'all up real quick, in the next chapter, you know, when their mom was talking.
Yeah.
It's 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 31. And thou hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews. And thou hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. And so ultimately, man, you ain't going to escape. You know, you've done all these things to the children of the Most High, man. You ain't going to escape unpunished. You know, the Most High is saving you for that ultimate judgment. And you're going to get it even worse in the kingdom what we got, what you gave to us in our slavery, like the brother was going into. And there's actually another one I want to pull up. Ezekiel.
But ultimately, man, if the Most High is going to allow payback for the 2/3 of our people, what they went through, how much more the men of the Lord? You know? How much more the men that Yahushua is gonna share his death with? Because ultimately, the suffering that Yahushua took and sacrificed for the elect, for the whole nation, you know, ultimately, collectively, but first for the elect, you know, the suffering that he took, that's dang, I lost my train of thought. But the suffering that Yahushua took, that's what we're going through now. You know, suffering, putting off the old man. We're dying, man. You know, we are dying. We're dying physically too. We die every day, you know, but we're dying physically too, man. How much more is this wicked flesh gonna survive with a spirit that's trying to be righteous? How can your wicked flesh survive, man? We're dying. We know we're dying physically and spirit. Well, not spiritually, but the flesh is dying. We're living spiritually. We're living for the Lord. Yep. You know, we're dying, putting off the old man, but we're living. Our spirit, what's true, what's gonna last, what's gonna be carried into the kingdom, is growing, and it's increasing. You know.
Hey, Paul even said to die is gain. Now, of course, he was talking about physically dying is gain, but how much more so in the spirit? You know, we're gonna receive in the kingdom from dying daily. You know.
That's right, man. Man, I mean, the world got so much to offer. You got to be a spiritual man to know that it's more on the other side. You got to be spiritual to understand and to want that, you know? Because there's so many pleasures on this side you can have, you know? And even with death and suffering hanging over your head, you still got pleasures that you can enjoy, you know, on this side. You know, it takes a spiritual man to give all that up. That's right. You know, now we get a bone or two here and there. The Lord might, you know, give us some satisfaction here and there, but we still in grief. That's only a little quick. It ain't even a fix, man. It's just a fix for the itch. He just scratching it for a second, you know. He not giving you over to your desires if you're a man of the Lord. You know, he's only giving you a pastime, something to enjoy here and there, a bone, you know, throw in there for a hot minute.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to all men.
God, hey, they appointed the apostles last, which in a sense he did. But we got to come out and speak against his kingdom before the destruction comes, man. This is the end. This is it. You know, he appointed us to come out now, man, at the end. You know? Starting with the apostles of Great Millstone on down. That's preaching the truth, man. You know? And if some other, you know, groups, camps that's preaching the truth in spirit and sincerity, and they understand that the apostles are the men of the Lord, you know, hey, them too, man. Because ultimately, man, we trying to get out of here, man. We fear what's to come. You know?
It says, verse 10, we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong.
Hey, he said we're fools for his sake, but to him we are wise. You know? It didn't say they are weak.
It says we are weak, but ye are strong. It says ye are honorable, but we are despised. Basically meaning that it's more honorable to be wicked in this society, but righteousness is despised. You know, the scriptures say folly is set in great dignity. Everything is reversed in this captivity. So
this is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. He that diggeth the pit shall fall into it, and who will break the edge, the serpent shall bite him. You know, but like I said, man, the servants upon horses and princes walking on the ground. You know, Israel, you know, is set in the rich, which is Israel, set in a low place. You know, we're the ones supposed to be on the top. You know, but you got Esau right now ruling. You know, so he's got us in a condition to where, you know, we're in that low estate. You know?
And I believe in the spirit, man. A lot of these bugged out people, homeless, Jake, around here just out of their element, out of their mind. I believe in the past times, man, they were noble men. They might not be men of the Lord noble, but they, of course, they probably was men of the Lord. If the Lord ain't gonna save them to the end, you know, they ain't gonna wake them up out of their slumber. But these bug outs is crazy. I believe in the spirit, man. They were noble men. They had substance back in the day. You know, but the Lord brought them low, man. Like the scripture just said, that he saw servants walking. He saw servants riding horses and kings walking as servants. You know, the lowest people in society today are rightfully the rulers and the kings and the highest of the highs of society. You know, not the most high, of course, but I'm saying, which is what.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man, the man of war, the judge, and the prophet, and the prudent, and the ancient.
Where is our noble men? You know, where is our stores? Where is our banks? Where's the nation of Israel's status in this world? We have no status. He took all that from us, man. You know, we on the low, we on the bottom, man. We so low that we gotta talk about our spiritual riches, man. We gotta talk about it. We can't see it. The world can't see it. And they looking at us like, man, these niggas, they wishing upon a star. Look at it. Talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. You better get your kingdom while you on earth right now. No, man. You know,
but these motherfuckers wishing too. They wishing to be rich. They don't want to sleep.
They don't want to sleep, man. That's right, man. Hey, I saw a video today, man. A nigga that broke his neck and paralyzed from the waist down, from the shoulders down, on a damn on a bed, sat up. He once was a quarterback in high school, throwing the damn ball, can barely hold the ball in the gym, in a bed that's sit up, that's got him like set elevated up. He can't move his legs, but they in the gym throwing this crippled man a football, man.
The bed in the gym?
Yeah, the bed in the gym, bro. The bed is in the gym. he's on the bed, elevated up a little bit, like he's standing up, but he's on the bed, leaning back. They throwing him the ball. He can barely use his hands. He throwing the. I'm like, they ain't be throwing that man the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? Throw that man the truth.
Still holding a pigskin.
Hey, the Lord has blinded the masses, man. He blinded our people, bro. He's still chasing after that hope. Maybe they'll put him in the game and let him throw a ball one time. I seen that, man. I seen a retarded kid get to play.
The blind kid.
Yeah. Get to play.
Ran the wrong
Man,
way.
it's too much. It's too much, man.
Looking like radio.
Damn.
Don't be hating on radio.
Got a little ball.
Verse 3, the captain of 50 and the honorable man and the counselor and the cunning artificer and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them.
God, man, children, the other nations, them babies, damn Esau bitch ass. Gonna be ruling over. You know? No substance, no hope, nothing. Well, I ain't gonna say no hope altogether, but for 2/3 of our people, there's no hope on this side, man. There's no hope in this world. You know? And ultimately, they gotta be destroyed, man. The Lord gonna take all of that from us, man. He's letting you know who the children of Israel are, man. You know? It ain't just about what you look like. It's about the spirit that's in that man, man. And ultimately, we know that the blood is in agreement with the spirit. So that man was once in his right form once before on this earth. Through reincarnation. He once had his stature. He once had this pigmentation. You know? He once had the knowledge. You know? We know. We believe. We know, man. Okay. But is that it on that?
I got it's one more verse. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. And anyone who
go ahead.
And anyone who comes up and speaks against the men of the Lord, they're being prideful against the ancient. With the ancient men are men of understanding, men of wisdom. And anyone who wants to scoff against those men, they're going to be abased. We just read it in Luke chapter 14 and 11. It says, whosoever is prideful shall be abased, roughly paraphrasing.
They're talking about the child is going to be proud against the ancient, man. The baby, the spiritual baby. You don't know nothing. You need to be quiet. You know? Even if you're an old man, you're a spiritual baby. And you need to be quiet. Humble yourself, man. To your elders, man. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, like the brothers, going into, man, pretty much Israel being, cares so into this world, they just, they just so into all the material things, worshiping different idols. That's why you got Esau ruling right now, and the whole world is the state that it's in. Like Brother Yashua said, it's our fault that the world is in this condition. If we hadn't, if we hadn't gone off, the world wouldn't be like this. We wouldn't have trash on the sea, bottom of the sea, on the floor of the ocean. I mean, we wouldn't have polluted skies like over there in Asia. People buying oxygen tanks. People making good money off that because the air is real bad over there, and the reason for the whole world being this, of course, Esau, being wicked, turning everything upside down, of course, it's his fault too, but, we were the judges of the earth. We're supposed to be judging the earth, we're supposed to be, regulating things, so to speak, but because we went off, everything, like you see in the movies, like in that movie, I don't want, it's bad, it's an example, but in that movie Moana, I don't know if y'all seen it, got nephews, they like to see it a lot. But you know that hero, you know, that was really liked by the gods. You know, he took something, you know, that he wasn't supposed to, and then after he took it, you know, the whole world just started going, you know, falling into darkness. You know, and a lot of movies really give a lot of these examples. You know, but you know, Israel, the ultimate reason was because Israel is wicked, man. Like it says in Exodus, I believe 32, you know, that they are a people of mischief. You know, but if you want to bring that out in Jeremiah chapter 11, 16.
This is Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 16. Yahweh called thy name, a green olive tree, fair and of goody fruit.
Right, so he likened Israel unto a mighty tree, right? They say what kind of tree?
Olive tree, kind of, yeah.
Olive tree. Yeah. No, go ahead.
With the noise of a great tumult, he hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. Verse 17, for Yahweh of hosts hath planted thee, hath pronounced evil against thee, for the evil of the house of Israel and the house of Judah.
Yeah, man, so the Most High has proclaimed evil against thee, man. So all the wickedness that Israel's committed, you know, if you read the scriptures, you know, if you know, different stories, different books, you know, it tells you there's a whole list of times that Israel went off, man. If you read Nehemiah chapter 9, you know, it tells you Israel went off, and then the next verse will be like, and then once again Israel went off again, and then I'll tell you, okay, well then they were brought back, they were doing good, but then again they said, you know what I'm saying? So it's like damn, man, like, yeah, Judges, you know, like in Ecclesiastes, it says, you know, there's nothing new under the sun, man. There's nothing new. The wickedness of Israel ain't nothing new. You know, from the beginning, you know. Go ahead. Oh yeah, you want to say?
Yeah, if I may say this, you know, lots of times when Esau locks you up for the first time, you don't really get a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, your bond isn't that high, and he lets you off free. But what will Jake do? He'll go back to jail 3, 4, 5 more times, and every time he goes back to jail, he gets a longer and longer punishment, and that's essentially what we got the life sentence now, because we transgressed over and over, and now we're in the captivity that we're in, which is the worst case scenario. But back in Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 17, I'm gonna start again. For Yahweh of hosts that planted thee hath pronounced evil against thee. That's that wicked judgment. For the evil of the house of Israel and the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves, to provoke me to anger in offering incense unto Baal. Basically, it's idolatry. You know, that's the reason that everything that we're in the situation that we're in right now is because of serving other gods, which is, you know, breaking the law, statutes, of the commandments of the Heavenly Father.
God, you know, and it said they had done it unto themselves. You know, we did this to ourselves, man, because you know, you had times where Israel was doing all right. Okay, you know, you had you know, we were set up, we were doing okay. You know, but you know, being the mischievous people that we are, or the sadists children that we are, you know, we still went against the ways of the Most High, man. Like if you read Exodus, you know, talking about all the miracles that actually, can you get me that in Nehemiah chapter 9? Yeah, Nehemiah chapter 9. Yeah, man, but you know, it gives you an example of all the things that the Most High did for us. But you know, we still went off. Okay, yeah, start at verse 10.
This is Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 10. And showest signs and wonders upon Pharaoh and on all his servants and on all the people of his land, for thou knowest that thou dealt proudly against them. That they dealt, let me start again. Verse 10, and showed his signs and wonders upon Pharaoh and on all his servants and upon all the people of his land. For thou knowest that they dealt proudly against them, so didst thou get thee a name as it is this day. And thou didst divide the sea before them, so that they went through. Okay. Yeah, kind. Nehemiah 9:24. So the children went in and possessed the land, and thou subduedest before them the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, and gavest them into their hands, into their hands with their kings and the people of the land, that they might do them as they would.
So the Most High, did all this for us, right? Go ahead.
And they took strong cities and a fat land, and possessed houses full of all goods, wells digged, vineyards, and olive yards, and fruit trees in abundance.
Right, so the Most High is just allowing us to just rack these things up, right? Giving us all these things, okay? Go ahead.
So they did eat, and were filled, and became fat, and delighted themselves in thy great goodness.
So the Most High was just like, man, here, I'm giving you all this. You can have all this, just take it. And the Most High, allowed it. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, they were disobedient and rebelled against thee.
Yeah, man. After all these things that the Most High gave, all these wonders, all these things that the Most High, did when He took us out of Egypt. Nevertheless, man, Israel still went on. That's like it says in Jeremiah. They are a rebellious people. Paraphrasing.
And cast thy law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets, which testified against them, to turn them to thee. And they wrought great provocations.
Yeah, man, they provoked the Most High so much, man. Killing His prophets, putting the law behind their back. How many times did the Most High have to make an example out of people? How many times have the Most High had to make an example out of these other nations to show that, man, that the Most High is dealing with us? But people, Israel is so hard-headed, man. They just okay, go ahead.
Basically going into how hard-headed Israel is, when Jake gets up, he'll blow everything. You know what I'm saying? When the Most High gives us a carnal blessing, he'll just, he'll risk it all and lose it all. Verse, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook the Most High, which gave him, and which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
Yeah, man. Israel all day. The Most High will bless Israel, with whatever it might be, gifts, worldly things, or just things of that nature. He gave us the land of Canaan. He made us to wax fat. He put the heathen. He gave us the heathen's lands. He did all these things for us, man. He took us out of Egypt. Which is what's the word? Like a real important, like a real great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, marvelous work, man.
He spread the Red Sea for us, man. When we walked on dry land. Yep. He spoiled them. We left out of Egypt with all the riches, man. To where he took the point where he put up 10 plagues on them, man. To where each plague, Pharaoh was like, hey, man, y'all can leave, but the Most High kept hard in his heart, man. So it was a big thing that he did, man. That act, that fame was noised all over the area, man. So they knew we was coming, So we had our reputation to be held by shock receivers, man. So we came through people's land.
He gave us spiritual power too. Back then when they read the accounts, of course through His Spirit, we screamed, knocked walls down. We tore down hundreds of thousands of men, just a few of us. He gave us a lot of things.
Verse 16, they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger.
Yeah, man, with strange gods, man. Even today, man, you got Israel worshiping every god under the sun, pretty much. You got all these different, for example, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Starbucks every day, whatever it might be, you know, going to church, you know, they worshiping, just subconsciously worshiping idols. You know, like Esau really got Israel in a state to where they're worshiping idols and they don't even know it. You know, they won't even consider it. You know, you got all these different, you know, this one right here mostly of all, well actually this one right here, Caesar Borgia. You know, my people, Issachar, are heavy into that. And Virgin Mary.
Oh yeah.
You know, but you know, but Israel's so far gone, man. They don't even consider these things. You know, they say they read the Bible, you know, but they won't even see that the Lord wasn't awake according to the scriptures.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not, out of the good things that are seen, know him that is.
Yeah, man. So out of all the things, you know, all the creation that you got around, you know, trees, birds, the ocean, you know, the animals living in the ocean, you know, different. All these things that you see with your own eyes, you know, people don't even consider that. Go ahead.
It says, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster.
Yeah, man, they didn't acknowledge that the Most High was the one that made all these things. You know, like they'll see a tree, you know, and then it won't die out in winter or something, and then they're like, oh man, this has got to be a tree to be worshipped. You know, it's not dying like the rest of the trees, right? So there's got to be something, you know, there's got to be something going on with this tree. I need to worship this tree. You know? Go ahead.
But deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world.
Yeah, man. People, you know, Issachar, the Aztecs, were worshiping the sun. You know? You had you know, Issachar was given that understanding of the stars, you know, but you know, they just took it too far to where they started worshiping those things, you know.
That's right. I was starting with King Manasseh, you know, and astrology and all that stuff, the zodiac. Of course, it's been out there, but King Manasseh, wicked ass Judite, started that.
Is there anyone to that? There's a little bit more. It says, with those with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is.
Yeah, man, the Most High, the creator of these things, man, he's the one that should be worshipped. You know, not worshiping, you know,
the creation.
Yeah, the creation. You know, you got all these things going on in America, man. All these different idols being worshipped. You know, for like the brother Sabak was going into, man, money. You know, a lot of people worship money. You know, they're so infatuated with money. You know, you got Israel. You know, just on their Facebook, Snapchat, whatever. You know, making videos. Oh, I gotta get this money. I need to get, hustling. I need to make this money.
Right.
You know, it's always about the money. You know, but the Most High, made it. Made a bunch of examples on what would happen if you were to entangle yourself in the treasures of this world. You know?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 4. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them for how much mightier he is that made them. For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionably the maker of them is seen.
So out of all these things, man, for us being in this truth, man, we can clearly see that there is a higher power. You can see it in this tree right here, man. There's not, just the way the stars and the planets are aligned, and the sun, how the ocean and the moon work together. And things like that, we can clearly see that there is a higher power that created this and that's controlling this. Can you give me that in Exodus 13:1? but you know, like I was talking about earlier, the children of Israel are so rebellious. The Most High did all these things, and I'm gonna give an example out in Exodus. When Moses came down from Mount Sinai, and all these people, they were like, "Oh man, he's taking too long. He's probably dead." So they made themselves a golden calf, right, out of gold. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 32, starting at verse 21. And Moses said unto Aaron, What did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron said, Let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people that they are set on mischief.
Yeah, man. So he was like, man, don't, these people are mischievous. These people are wicked. Go ahead.
For they said unto me, Make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him.
So they were like, man, we don't know what happened to Moses. He's been gone for so long. We don't know. He might be dead. He might be gone. He might have left. Who knows? So we want to worship this. Not considering all the things that the Most High had already done for them at that time. He had already put people to death. Go ahead.
And I said unto them, Whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf.
Right.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies, then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, Who is on Yahweh's side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him.
Yeah, man. So Moses was like, man, whoever is on the side of the Lord, man, stand behind me. And there was certain, like I said, like there was the men of Levi, but there was a certain amount of men that that were on Moses' side. And let's go tell you what they did to those people. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, Thus said Yehovah Hashem Yahushai, power of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses. And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men.
Yeah, man. So he put them all to death. All the people that didn't want to stand up for the Most High, didn't want to be on the Most High side, they were all put to death. If you remember that story, I think it was GQ, I think in 2 Kings chapter 9, where he was like, he was pretended, he was like, hey, everybody, let's go into this temple and worship Baal. And everybody was like, oh, okay, let's go worship him. And then not knowing that GQ was going to put them to death, man. Like, as soon as he got everybody in there, he gave me Isaiah chapter 1, we're talking about the house. Okay, got it. And, I forgot what he said exactly, but, he came up to one of the guys and he was like, man, as soon as everybody's in here pretty much, close the doors, and start killing everybody, And there's many examples that were made out of Israel, for going off. And that's ultimately going to happen with the men of the Lord. They're going to come back and start putting these people to death.
That's right,
Those men that stood fast for this truth, they're going to be given that spirit, those new bodies to put these people, or of course to put these Edomites into slavery, but to also start putting these Israelites to death, or at least whatever's left of them after the thermonuclear destruction. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider.
Yeah, like like the brother Shar says, man, these two animals are very dumb animals. You know? The Most High is comparing Israel to these really stupid animals. You know? Read that part again.
It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider.
Yeah, man, my people does not consider. Can you get Jeremiah 8? Yeah, but my people do not consider, man. They don't even, the thought doesn't even come into their head, you know, like, man, you know what? I think this is enough, man. I think we've committed so much wickedness. I think that, you know, the Most High is really, you know, really look at the condition of the world. You know, our people don't consider these things.
Right.
You know, they don't. You know, they look at the sky and you know they're able to tell, oh man, it's about to rain, the sun's going down, it's about to be nighttime. You know, they consider these simple things, but they don't consider those things that are spiritual. You know, they don't consider why the world is in the condition that it's in. You know, they don't consider who is at fault for putting the world, putting these people in the condition that they're in. You know. Jeremiah chapter 8, where it says.
Yeah, it's gonna take a huge nuke to get our people right, man. That's all it's gonna take. Fire and brimstone is the only thing that can get Israel in the right state of mind. And when I say that, Israel dying and coming back in the kingdom, man. The men of the Lord has been out here preaching for a long period of time. Even from back then, Israel is still stubborn. They're gonna continue to be stubborn until it's all said and done. You know, but the men of the Lord are setting up that standard.
This is Jeremiah chapter 8, starting at verse 7. Yea, the stork in heaven knoweth her appointed times, and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming. But my people know not the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yeah, man, my people know not the judgment of the Most High. You know, they see death going, you know, they might have somebody die in front, you know, might have their dad or mom die of cancer or something, but they don't consider the judgment of the Most High. You know, they don't consider that the Most High put them to death for being wicked. You know, for whatever it might be, eating pork all their life, or committing adultery, whatever it might have been that they've been doing. You know, the people don't consider the judgment of the Most High. You know, they don't fear the Most High. Like it says, I believe Jeremiah chapter 5. You know, where it says, "Fear ye not me, saith the Lord." You know, the one that, you know, as a matter of fact, can you get that real quick? Jeremiah chapter 4, or so like chapter 5, where it talks about like he had made the ocean and the bounds of the sea. You know what I'm talking about?
I'll say this real quick, man. That's the problem with our people, man. They see their grandparents dying, their feet cut off, all those things. But they're like, well, he ate pork for shrimp and catfish for 100 years and he didn't die. That's not the damn point, man.
That's right, brother.
The point is not to do it. Don't eat it, man. The Most High said don't eat it, man. That's why people get put to death. Why? Because the Most High is long suffering.
That's right.
Okay, he said because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. So just because you didn't get put to death on the first bite of the piece of bacon, you know, their hearts is fully set to do evil, man. So he got them in trick bag thinking that the Most High is okay with it. Just like he has Esau. You know? But that doesn't mean just because you don't drop dead, that don't mean you still eat the food, man.
That's right, brother.
You know, you're supposed to not do it because the Most High said so. He just set it up for that, you know?
You know, Jake's so wicked, they like to get the pork or whatever and grill and shit. Still think it's good.
Yeah, that's the stumbling block, man. So that's why they're not going to get into what? The destruction. Not wrong.
Yeah, there was an episode of the Boondocks where they made fun of the movie Soul Food. You know, because Big Mama had made the dishes and everything, got a leg cut off and died right afterward. And Huey was like, these niggas did the same thing right afterwards. It's like, man, Jake's silly, man.
That's a good indication of who the Israelites are.
That's right.
That rebellious hard-headedness, man, after seeing something like that. You see her, she clearly had a stroke, heart attack, got her leg chopped off, and you go right back the next damn week. Same stuff that put her in the hospital and got her leg cut off. That's why, well, maybe we should eat this.
Think about it.
Jake crazy.
It's like,
That's right.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and that word sottish means stupid.
That's right.
Nah, man, these people are like stupid, man. Grade A stupid, you know. You know, like the brothers we're going into, man. Like they don't really consider, like, damn, this might have been the cause of why, you know why they died, you know. So, but they don't even consider those things, man. They're like, oh, you know what? That's not it. Must have been something else. You know, it can happen to anybody, right? Well, yeah, it can happen to anybody, but you know, especially if you're wicked. You know?
God, brother. That's right, huh?
Like, damn, like if my mom were to die today, you know, I'd be sad. You know, I'd be hurt in spirit, but you know, it's not ultimately it's not gonna cause me to start going off or anything. But the example is, you know, like I'm gonna know why she died. You know,
That's right.
you know, she's right now she's having trouble with arthritis and shit like that. I'm like, well, shit, it's probably because of the stuff you eat. You know, if I look in the fridge right now, you got nothing but pork, shrimp. Yeah, you know, just like brother said, you know, like there's so much, like you can, like if I were to go in there and just start pointing things out, everything would be a bummer, you know. Like maybe the tortillas are okay, you know, but who knows what's in that? But you know, it's just things like that, you know, that like you read in Jeremiah chapter 11, you know, the Most High made me known of these things. You know, He made me known of the wickedness of these people. You know, we know why people are dying. You know, we know why people are being put to death. You know, we know why the world is in the condition that it's in. You know, it's just so much wickedness going on, man. That's right. Like this world needs to be destroyed. You know, it needs to be purified. And like the brothers say, you know, the ultimate way to purify something is to burn the hell out of it. That's right. You know, are you done on that one? No.
And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yeah, man, they are wise to do evil, man. Like if Israel is smart in doing anything, it's wickedness. You know, they are wise to do evil. Can you read that last part again? Yeah, you know, they are wise to do evil and have none understanding. You know, they go ahead, actually finish that.
And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yeah, man, but to do good they have no knowledge. You know, they are stupid. They are sottish to do good. You know, like it says, I think in Romans, they have, you got certain people, you know, that believe in the Most High and have that excitement, you know, that zeal.
Not according to knowledge.
Yeah, but not according to knowledge, like the brother just quoted. You know, and then, okay, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 20. Declare this in the house of Jacob and publish it in Judah, saying, hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding.
Yeah, man, he's like, okay, this is what you're going to tell these people, all right?
Which have, oh, fuck.
Hold on, I was just going to say, you know, tell these dumbass people, but go ahead.
Which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Fear ye not me, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, man, so Most High is like, man, fear ye not me, saith the Lord. You know, like the brother said that where it says they have ears that.
Khan, and that's an Isaiah chapter 9.
Yeah, Khan, you know, so ultimately, you know, the Most High put that covering on them. You know, He made them blind to this truth and covered their ears up. You know, or actually read that part again right there.
Which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Fear ye not me, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, man, like the brother just said, you know, like it's that's also reiterated in Isaiah chapter 6, you know, but he was saying it in a way, you know, it's pretty much saying that, you know, lest they be converted and be healed, you know, and Isaiah was like, for how long? and the Lord was like, man, until the land be utterly desolate, you know, and the cities be laid waste, you know, so these people, you know, ultimately, well, of course, you're gonna have certain people that are gonna believe and are gonna come back, you know, certain men of the Lord, you know, and certain people that might be saved, you know, but ultimately those people that were made to be destroyed until that day, you know, they're not gonna get it. You know, they were
vessels fit for destruction.
Yeah, vessels fit for destruction, man.
Spiritually discerning. Yeah.
God, go ahead.
It says, "Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet they cannot prevail."
Yeah, man. So Most High is giving an example, man. I did all these things, right? I set a line to where the ocean don't pass over the water, you know. And what was that other example?
It says, "They cannot pass it, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet they cannot prevail."
Yeah, man. So you know, even though the waves are moving back and forth, you know, you see the waves in the ocean. They don't, you know, just so rough. You know, they don't like the scripture said, prevail. You know, and this is all the Most High doing all these works, right? Go ahead.
"Though they roar, yet they cannot pass over it. But this people hath a revolting and a rebellious heart."
Yeah, man. These people have a revolting and rebellious heart. You know, like we read in Exodus 32. You know, this is a people set on mischief. You know, like you can compare like Yahushua said, man. You are the father of your devil. You know, like it says in Proverbs chapter 4. You know, they don't. What does it say? They don't sleep unless they have
done wickedness.
Done wickedness. Now, of course, that's referring to Esau, but how much more is that our people? You know, because the scriptures say that our people have, yeah. Like the brother said, our deeds have surpassed the wicked, man. Israel is in the worst state in the history of the world. You know, like, well, yeah, back then we were in slavery and you know, Esau did all these horrible things to us, man. But at least we knew who we were. You know, at least we knew that the Most High, you know, would be the children of the Most High. You know, but today, you know, he got us pretty much in the same condition, but you know, he ain't put that hammer down on us yet. You know, because when shit really hits the fan, you know, Israel's gonna be put in that state that they were back in slavery. You know, they're gonna be tortured in the most horrible ways possible. You know, is there more in there?
"They are revolted and gone. Neither say in their heart, let us now fear Yahweh our power, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest."
Yeah, man. So like you just read, you know, they don't. Wait, read that first part again.
"They are revolted and gone. Neither say they in their heart, let us now fear Yahweh our power."
Yeah, man. Like we were going into. You know, they don't consider nothing. You know, they don't say, okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? It's time to go back to the ways of the Heavenly Father, because this is too much. You know, no thought of that crosses their mind. You know, and I'm gonna end off in this scripture right here. You know, the reason why, you know, we're out here doing, you know, telling our people that they're being wicked and going off and need to come back to the ways of the Most High.
This is Ezekiel 3:17. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me."
Right? You know, so the Most High is like, okay, you know what? Go ahead and tell them these things and give them a warning from me, you know, Most High. Go ahead.
"When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou giveth him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand."
Yeah, man. So if we don't tell them these things, you know, that they're gonna die too, but you know, their blood is gonna be on our hands for not relaying that message. You know. Go ahead.
"Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked ways, like it, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul."
Yeah, man. So you know, we washing that blood off our hands. You know, we're saying, you know, delivering ourselves. And if you don't listen, man, then he's going to be put to death. You know? So, you know, that's why we're out here day in, day out, you know, proclaiming the wickedness of our people and the downfall of America. You know? And that's all I had, you know. So with that, give it all praises.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom.